go. The hour of 6 p.m. having arrived, I'll call to order this regular meeting of the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee. This committee is being broadcast live on the City of Keene YouTube channel and channel 1302. The video is also streamed on the city's website and is posted on the website by the end of the next business day, barring any technical difficulties. Copies of the printed agenda are available in the wall pockets just as you enter this meeting room. The public and other city councilors will be recognized to ask questions and make comments on the agenda item under discussion. After being recognized, all remarks are to be made through the chair. I will not recognize an individual a second time until everyone who wishes will have a chance to speak. Anyone who wishes to address the committee is asked to go to one of the microphones in the room and identify themselves by name and address prior to speaking. And written comments from the public will be accepted at the city clerk's office until Tuesday at 1 p.m. Our minute taker participates remotely, so please be sure to use the microphone and speak up so that she can catch and be accurate the first time through. We have a quorum, so we'll get started on our agenda. The first item is Arts Alive.
I'm Jennifer Payone. My address is 484 Marlborough Street, and I'm the co-chair for the Board of Arts Alive. And we put in a request to waive the parking fees for our Arts Alive Elevate the Arts Fest on August 11th. It's 11 to 4 over in the commercial lot. This is the third year that we've done this. It's a fundraiser for Arts Alive, and we're growing. And it's on a Sunday, so we were hoping that between it being a fundraiser and sort of the economic driver that it is for the city, and we've expanded, so we're hoping that we can waive the parking fees for that day.
Anything else?
I suppose I could add, my name is Kathy Brooks. I'm on the Board of Arts Alive as well. I live in Marlborough. There are going to be extra expenses this year because we're getting portable toilets. And I wanted to say what a great event this is for everyone. It benefits everyone in the surrounding area and in Keene. So we hope you will see your way clear to waive that fee.
Thank you. Manager has some additional information, I think.
I do. Arts Alive has met with the protocol committee at least once and reviewed the event. And where this is in the parking lot area and it is on a Sunday, the only real expense for us is on Saturday setting up some prior stuff. And staff is in support of waiving those fees.
Okay. So, questions, comments from members of the committee? All right. Bettina,
Yeah, I can make
I'll
the
have
first
you
motion
take
if you
the
want.
next one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was at that event for the homeless veterans, so apologize.
Thanks for doing that.
Yes. Move to recommend the approval of the requested parking spaces without charge.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion, members of the committee? Seeing none, all in favor? No one's opposed, unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
West Side Downtown Parking Structure. City engineer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Don Lucier, City Engineer. Tonight, the item here is our consultant selection. This is for the preliminary sort of concept phase of the proposed west side parking structure. We've talked about this, quite a bit over many decades, and more recently, it's really been a topic that's come to the fore with the downtown project and thinking about how this is the a piece of the puzzle for the downtown project. So we did put out a request for proposals. This is not one of the projects that's funded with any federal or state funding, so we do use a request for proposal, which allows us to consider cost as one of the criteria we use in the selection process. We did get 4 proposals from qualified firms. We interviewed 3 of them. And through that process, the selection team is recommending Weston Sampson be selected for the feasibility study work.
Questions? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, City Engineer, for that. Question for you on Weston and Sampson. I was taking a look at their website online for what they had for portfolio, see what experience they had in this space. And they had one parking study from that they did in Rhode Island, and then a parking garage that they did for like a transportation center. And that was all I really found. It didn't seem to have anything in their portfolio for like a downtown area or something a bit more urban like that. Do you guys feel as though that they do have this in their wheelhouse? Is there something maybe that we couldn't see on their online portfolio?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't looked at their website to know what sort of case studies they have there. But as part of their proposal, which I have here, they do provide examples of the different studies that they've provided or done over the years. They're very relevant examples. The other thing is they are teamed with another sub-consultant, THA, and I don't know what THA is short for, but THA is their sub-consultant. They were part of the interview team. That's also kind of a specialty sub-consultant that works on a lot of garage projects. That sub-consultant is really, I think, going to be mostly focused on the financial side of things, the funding and the operations and how you put together the fiscal deal to make it all work. But between the two of them, I think they've got plenty of relevant experience.
I was going to ask that question. Fast. But the other part, Weston and Sampson has done a good amount of work for us. And I'm kind of familiar with them from some other places, so there's no question that they're capable, that they're a good vendor for us to use. And I guess just wanted to remind everybody that we're dealing with a feasibility study and some preliminary design, so it doesn't quite mean that they might be the final product or not, but I'm very comfortable with them.
Yeah, they're a good firm. They've done, like you said, a lot of work for the city. Mostly they've done a lot of work in the utility realm, water and sewer. So that's, the project manager on this project is not one that I've worked with before, for example. But they're a big, engineering 500 type firm, so they certainly have the horsepower to get it done.
Thanks. Anything else? Yes.
So I've been pretty vocal about the fact that I really would prefer to see a private company take this on, build it, maintain it, own it, pay taxes. And this feasibility, will that be in there somehow?
It is explicitly in the scope to figure out how we sort of structure a garage. So,
I know that's in there, but I mean, if they're going to tell us how to structure one, wouldn't that be something a developer would be doing? Sorry.
Can I just add? So I pulled up the RFP, and the financing piece includes identifying the market needs. So if there is a private developer interested, they would be able to look at that market analysis to prove the concept. It also includes developing the actual financial model for construction and operations and identifying financing sources, including grants, state programs, and potential public-private partnerships. It specifically says it in the financing section of the RFP.
Thank you.
take this one. I guess if I have a question first, just for practice, just because I don't know if they're going to participate or not, but we have a quorum in the room at this point. So if they did have a question, that's okay. They just can't voice their opinion. Is that if they
Shouldn't voice how they expect
how
they'll
they
vote
expect to
out
vote or what their
council.
thoughts are?
But
But if they
yeah.
have questions, just for clarification, I just want to make sure I understood what the three in the back were allowed to talk about. All right. Okay, well, with that, move to recommend that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to negotiate and execute a professional services agreement with Weston and Sampson, Inc. for the feasibility analysis and concept design phase of the West Side Downtown Parking Structure Project for an amount not to exceed $216,000.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next item is also me. And this one is a bit of a formality, really. Back in the fall of 2021, we submitted a pre-application to DES for clean water, excuse me, this one is for this is the Clean Water SRF fund for funding of the downtown project. At that time, I guess I will say I was naively optimistic about the schedule. We were planning for construction to start in 2023, and the pre-application was based on that funding the first phase of construction in 2023. So the grant that we ended up executing with the state, and we, fast forward, we were accepted for the SRF funding as well as an ARPA grant. The grant document actually had a deadline of May 1st, 2024 for completion. So the good news is that even though the construction's now delayed until 25, DES has agreed, and they believe that the grant application is flexible enough to allow us to use those funds to help pay for the design costs. So we're actually submitting invoices for the stormwater portion of the downtown project's design fee that's ongoing right now under this grant. So that's the good news. But because the deadline is written into the grant agreement for May 1st, 2024, we have to ask to extend that. We've already asked them, made that request, but they do require the legislative body of the organization, the receiving organization, to take a formal vote to make that request. So, in the off chances that you don't want to receive free grant funding, you could decline it, but I would urge you to approve the motion.
I just want to thank Don Lucier for pursuing this extension. I was concerned with the timing of the grant funds that we would actually lose this opportunity, so thank you for doing that, Don.
I have to be honest, I was surprised when they went for it.
Oh, good.
All right. Any comments up here? Motion, please.
Move to recommend that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to request a time extension for the city's American Rescue Plan Act grant related to the downtown infrastructure project.
Second?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion, members of the committee? Seeing none. All in favor? All opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Costa?
Good evening, Aaron Costa, Assistant Public Works Director, here tonight to talk about a project at the water treatment facility. The water plant came online in 1993, and much of the equipment there is original to the plant. We have 3 filter units there, each capable of filtering 2 million gallons each. It has, media in those filter units and under drains that need to be cleaned and repaired. We've rehabilitated 1 filter unit so far, and we completed that work in 2021. And we have 2 filter units remaining, and those were budgeted for repair and servicing in fiscal year 22 and 24 as part of the capital improvement plan. So in February of 2024, we advertised a request for bids for this work, and we didn't receive any bids. So in talking with the contract and purchasing manager, he said, you can go ahead and try to find somebody. So I contacted the low bidder from the project that we did in 2021 to see if they were aware of the bid, and they said they were, but it wasn't the right fit for them at the time. And it's pretty specialized work. Even in 2020, when we put this out for bid for the first filter unit, we only got 2 responses. One was for around $100,000 and the other was for $207,000. So I was able to contact Carbon Filtration Systems. They'd done some work on our filter units in the past. They stated that they weren't aware of the bid at the time, but they were happy to, put a proposal together, and they did. And because we didn't receive any bids, this technically falls under the sole source category. And so that's what we're here tonight to recommend, that, the city manager be authorized to negotiate and execute a sole source contract with Carbon Filtration's Systems to perform the media and under drain work for an amount not to exceed $200,000.
Questions, comments up here? Nobody in the public? Gee. Got a motion?
Sure. Move to recommend that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to negotiate and execute a sole source contract with Carbon Filtration Systems for an amount not to exceed $200,000.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion, members of the committee? Seeing none. All in favor? No one's opposed? Unanimous?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We're adjourned.